Hello, everyone. This is Shaheen from xGrowth. Today, I'm joined by Michelle Clark from CoWarrior, and we've been doing some ABM work and ABM campaigns with Michelle and the CoWarrior team. And today, we're going to talk about how that's going, what's happening, and everything about it. Michelle, thanks for joining us.
No problem. Good to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you. So, Michelle, first of all, can you give anyone who's kind of looking at this and listening to this, can you give us a little bit of a glimpse of what CoWarrior does and what's the mission, who you're targeting?
Yep. So CoWarrior is an Australian scale-up. We've been around since about 2015, and we help developers code securely and faster so that they can deliver amazing software for this world. In terms of our audience, we are quite niche. AppSec isn't a big part of most organizations, and it's typically not part of your typical cybersecurity strategy. It's one of those things that's a bit of a blind spot for some companies.
Right. Yeah. AppSec is a super niche area of focus, and which makes it prime for ABM. But can you also tell us a little bit about your role as well at CoWarrior?
Yep. So I am head of marketing for APAC. I've been here for about 2 years. We're a growing marketing team, but in APAC, there's just the two of us. So it's very lean, but it's been an interesting journey working with a startup. It's the first time I've worked with a startup. So it keeps you on your toes, definitely.
Keeps you on your toes for sure. The startup world versus the corporate world is quite different, right? And it's hard, right? Like ABM, two people, it is challenging. Like there's a lot of work that goes into it, and there's a lot of build up. What has been, we started working together, which has been awesome. But what has been your experience working with xGrowth?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Obviously, when we started, we needed someone who could guide us through that process, because a lot of people are new to ABM and we hadn't done it to this degree before. So we wanted someone who could guide us and really show us the best way to go. So our initial engagement was through the strategy piece, which I think was really good in terms of giving us the confidence to know that you guys know what you're talking about and that we could work together. And I think that was a really good process. You asked all the right questions. You really got to understand our business. And I think, that's always been something with agencies that it's a really hard thing to do, is to get that agency to really understand what you're trying to achieve and your audience and the industry. And I think you guys did a really fantastic job with that. And you really worked with the whole team as well. So you got involved with our the sales team and our CS team, and then later on led to talking to our customers as well to really understand who we are and what we're all about. So that was, the first phase of our engagement, which, as I said, gave us the confidence to then be able to put a business case together and then go back to the CMO and say, right, well, this is where we want to go with this, how much it's going to cost, how long it's going to take. And, we got that business case across the line, and then obviously led to the strategy, the implementation of that strategy, which, again, I think, you bring a very structured approach to this. You've got a planned way of doing it. It's like out of the box, but obviously tailored to us as well. And yeah, I think it was a really great process. I love structure, and I think yourself and Arne did a fantastic job of keeping us true to the project, keeping us on time, and making sure that we were doing all the things that we needed to do, and you did all the things that you needed to do. So, we ended up having a successful rollout. So yeah, it was a great experience.
That's first of all very kind of you, but you're right. It's a very collaborative process, and I mean, first of all, on the strategy piece, I don't get how agencies kind of go into organizations and are like, yeah, sure thing, here it is. Let's roll it out and start implementation. It's really challenging to get it right.
Yeah.
And it's almost bound for it not to work. But also the collaboration piece is really crucial. So where is Secure CoWarrior with the account based experience and account based strategy today? Like what has happened there?
Yeah, so we rolled out the program. We've now finished that first part of the program. I think we learned a lot through that process, and I think one of the great things that you did at the beginning of the process was say, this is hard and you need to keep it simple. And we probably didn't as much as the great advice that you gave us, because we needed stuff to get into market. We had a team, and the sales management wanted everything to be fair and equal to everybody. So we did probably go in a bit too heavy with it, but we've learned a lot through that process. The sales team now appreciate all the work that's gone into it. They really love the approach that we've taken, and now we're rolling out our second ABM program. So we took a verticalized approach for the first one. We're now moving on to our second vertical, and still working with you guys. So I think we've learned a lot. We've replicated what we're doing, and I'm hoping that we'll get even better results out of this second round.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think once you get the buy-in from the sales team and they're like, okay, no, this seems to work, and then bring those learnings into the mix as well. It definitely helps with the later stages for ABM. No, yeah. I'm glad. What is some of the advice that you have for, let's say somebody is looking and they're like, I'm thinking about starting kind of on the ABM journey and doing something on that front. What advice would you give them if there's a head of marketing director for APAC or whatever? What would you tell them?
I think you really need to do your research and understand what you're embarking on, and also knowing that you've got that relationship with sales, that it's going to work. I think, without that collaboration, there's a certain amount of, you could say you're going to wait until everything's perfect, but I don't think you need to have to wait. But I think just having that relationship with the sales team, pick your champions within the sales team. If you've got a big sales team and you just want to start small, maybe pick your champions there and start small. But, that collaboration, it's not just a marketing effort. It really has to be collaborative. So, that relationship is really key, and having the support of the sales team to make sure that they keep up their end. There's a lot of work that goes into it. So really knowing that you've got the resources to do it as well is a big thing. So, making sure that the sales leaders are going to keep their team honest and do what they need to do as part of it.
I think we were I don't want to say lucky, but because it's definitely done that way or has come together with purpose, but really lucky that we had such a strong buy-in from the sales leadership at Secure CoWarrior, and that really helped. Okay, last thing I want to ask is, if you were gonna describe xGrowth in one word or a few words, how would you describe xGrowth?
I was trying to think, and I don't think I've got one word. Accommodating is probably one word, because we really did push the boundaries with you guys. I think you were fantastic at really accommodating all of the things that we needed to and going the extra mile to make sure that we were successful and knowledgeable, like Arne and yourself. But Arne has been amazing. Every time I've questioned something about a sequence or, how they've written something, he's always got a great answer for it and really good, reasoning behind why that method will work better than what I'm suggesting potentially. I've got a lot of experience in that, but you guys have obviously done it many times and know what works. So knowledgeable is good.
No, I really appreciate it, and it's been great fun working with you and the team, and really looking forward to continue doing that and further mature the account-based approach at Secure CoWarrior. Michelle, I really appreciate you giving us this time and coming on this and having a conversation.
Thanks very much.